Ladies and gentlemen, we are extremely pleased to welcome back to Cafe Improv for the very second time, Diane.
Diane Sahms.
Diane Sahms.
Is this on? Am I okay?
Oh yeah, you are on.
Okay, great. Thank you, Cafe Improv. Thank you for having me back here this evening. It's always great to be in Princeton. My first poem is a response poem to 3 poems by William Carlos Williams, a famous New Jersey poet. You may recognize some of the titles. It's told through the eyes of Florence Williams, also known as Flossie. However, this is a modern day Flossie. Modern day Flossie. 1. Danse Russe. If when his wife is not sleeping and the baby and Kathleen are sleeping, Flossie follows her husband to his north room, watches him from behind the armoire, dance naked grotesquely before his mirror, waving the shirt she has just ironed round his head, and listens to his wailing rather than singing softly to himself. I am lonely, lonely. I was born to be lonely. I am best so. To Flossie's witness, her husband has made a complete buttocks of himself. Making her presence known against the yellow-drawn shades, she tells Mr. Happy Genius Pediatrician to send Kathleen home, to take turns helping her. Change the baby's poopy diaper, walk the baby, rock the baby, make and heat the baby's bottle, burp the baby, bathe the baby, admire their baby's arms, their baby's face, their baby's shoulders, flanks, buttocks. Make sure they resemble his. Flossie has the cure, tells the baby, who shall say, I am not the happy genius of my household. 2. This is just to say, Dear William, I cleaned you out today. The helicopters woke me from a deadening dream. Thick yellow pus in my big toe made it difficult to walk beside you. At the end, the pus ran clear, the clear color of plum juice. I have been loyal to betrayal. A wooden vase with metal roses is all that remains. I had the gold plaque engraved. Love you, not F-U, WCW. By the way, this has been sold to online news sources everywhere. I'm writing a memoir, movie to follow. Thank you. There's one more. It's 3 parts. So the third part is the famous red wheelbarrow. Remember? So much depends upon a class 2 lever and a wheel, axle. So I sold it. The price is right. To the San Francisco Museum of Modern Art, beside the fountain. Besides, the white chickens flew the coop. The artists have dismantled it. They rearranged it. It was becoming a cult. The legs are still legs, the handles arms, the tire more like a head, but it can no longer be pushed around. It actually stands upright. It walked out of the museum with more money than a wheelbarrow could hold, no matter what the color. Oh, there was a glazing rain. Good old William. The Delaware flows between New Jersey and Pennsylvania. We share this waterway. My next poem, Delaware River. Lonely as an abandoned home, bobbing like a buoy anchored to its riverbed, it flows into horizon's vanishing point, like the veined parallel lines of a dandelion leaf that converge into its narrow end, a rusty smell, rhythmic waves lapping bony legs of a collapsed pier. Its eyes watch wind-blown dandelion seeds, parachute breeze, carefree flight of seagulls sail into clouds, sun's richest reddish blood sets into the undercurrent of its belly like a snake who has swallowed a mouse. It carries it through night like a dark and dirty secret. So I'm from Philadelphia, and in this city this past November, there were several nights of high howling winds that woke me. And this is my poem about those wakeful nights. Detached from the body of wind. Detached from the body of wind, November's high howling, a mind gone mad, a rapid wolf, under full bulb of moon's black light, one paper-cut star stuck in the stained inkwell of night's empty jar. Twisted, cacophonous choirs of fallen angels, whistling weepingly, hauntedly daunted, as if the voices of hell were freed. Insidious gargoyles, tenacious lips, tediously hum, mind-numbing, maddened melancholy. Asylum escapees, crazy wailings. Insanity of this pitch cannot be cured. These off-key, bone-chilling disharmonies, these breathtaking noises battering the backs of barren trees, beat branches against leafless canopies, like lost women thrashing rugs. This equates to nothing calming or logical, bothersome as a shutter banging on banging, an abandoned barn door slamming on slamming, a hollowed out tin can sweepingly tumbling winter's branches, swarming the air like broomsticks falling, haunted as graveyards, wraps awnings, speeds through cracks, rattles windows, plays on and on for as long as it can, wakes the sleeping into unsleeping, slides its dead horsehair bow quickly, repeatedly, as Appalachians' fiddling fingers can fiddle high-pitched vibrations, stretch strings between wailing nights, hand and chin. So my last poem is a poem about this painting, which is The Singing Butler. And this is by Jack Vetriano. It's an acrostic poem. That means art about art. So I wrote a poem about his painting. Some of you, if you can't see this in the back, I hope that you received a postcard. I have this print on a postcard that my friend is handing out. Most people see the barefoot woman in the long, beautiful ground with the red gloves dancing with the man in the tuxedo. Note, she doesn't have shoes on. But I told this poem through the perspective of the people appearing in life's margins, and that would be the butler and the maid. So this is told from their perspective. The Singing Butler. Our artist, like a beach photographer, stopped an action shot, painted the precise moment when the butler just finished his impressive side slide step. Bowler hat drawn down tightly, a shade covers the window pane of head, ears, face you cannot see, laughs, sings. He too dances, waves high his umbrella, a Philadelphia mummer on New Year's Day. He is grand as jazz notes leaving Louis Armstrong's noble trumpet. Careless as a carousing wind, he sings, a guy from New Orleans, voice and accompaniment to their fine dance. Olive in a martini glass, handkerchief blown calla lily in his lower right hand. And A modest maid slated hopelessness, despondent nun-leth dress, oyster shell apron blown into carelessness, flat strap Mary Janes fastened to pasty sand, holds on to bleak bowler hat, umbrella like an inverted anchor. Now a seagull flies away from this seasick job, and to top it off with froth foaming waves, the pulling undertow of monthly cramps. Feet in second position, she will always be second to the woman in red, whom she imagines nothing less than a giant lobster, red-gloved pinchers, love nothing more than to throw her shapely ass into a boiling pot. Watch her squirm. Now a hermit crab, she must dutifully carry Miss Dancing Girl's posh leather handbag beside her, now like driftwood. However, when no one was looking, she threw those expensive matching designer shoes into a turbulent mix of ocean crashing rock pile madness. Thank you, Cafe Improv.
Thank you, Diane Sahms-Guarnieri. How many turn that little microphone off? Once again, this Cafe Improv happens on the fourth Saturday of every month.